Welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Priscilla Asade. Today I am going to teach you grammar part. In that I am going to teach you reading skill. Students, do you remember what we have learned in the last session of grammar? Yes, we have finished with the paragraph writing. So today we are going to see what is comprehension. Okay. So in comprehension, this is a reading skill. In this, what you have to do, students? There will be one passage. That passage you have to read once or twice, and then afterwards you should make yourself understand what is there in that passage. Then afterwards, whatever question answers is given below that passage, you have to solve, you have to search the answer in the given passage. So are you ready, students, with your grammar book? Open your grammar book, Canopy, Fun with Grammar book, page number 86. If you will see, it is your lesson number 27, comprehension. Can you see, students, in your book? Have you opened? Okay, page number 86. Now students, first what I am going to do? Yes, I will read the full poem. I will explain you what is there in the poem, and then below that some question answers, some exercises are there which we are going to solve with the help of the given poem. So are you ready, students? Okay. So as I told you that a given passage will be given. Here if you will see, there is a poem. So first we are going to see about a poem. So what is the instruction given here? We are going to see the comprehension 1. Read this poem about tigers and answer the questions that follow. Again I will repeat, students. What is this? Read this poem about tigers and answer the question that follow. Means this poem is based on which animal? Yes, it is based on tigers. Now we will see the poet Ruskin Bond what he wants to say in this poem. Ready? Okay. May there always be tigers in the jungles and tall grass. May the tiger's roar be heard. May his thunder be known in the land. At the forest pool by moonlight, may he drink and raise his head, scenting the light wind. May he crouch low in the grass when the herdsmen pass, and slumber in dark caverns when the sun is high. May there always be tiger, but not so many that one of them might be tempted to come into my room in search of a meal. Now I have read the poem once. So when we read the poem, what you understood? There is something they have told about the tigers. What the poet Ruskin Bond want to say, we will see now. May there always be tiger in the jungles and tall grass. Here, who is the poet of this poem? Tigers? Yes. Here, poet is Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond, the poet, what he is telling? That there should always be tigers. Where he is telling where the tiger should be? Yes, in the jungles and tall grass. Why he wants like this? May the tiger's roar be heard. What he is telling? Whenever they will go to jungles or tall grass, what should be there over there, students? Yes, there should be the roaring of tiger. When you will hear tiger's roar, what happens? We get scared, we get frightened by the noise. May his thunder be known in the land. May his thunder. What do you mean by thunder? Thunder means lightning. Whatever lightning we see in the sky, actually that the word is given thunder. But here in this poem, if you will see, the tiger's roar has been compared to the word thunder. Okay. So again I will say the thunder word is compared with the tiger's roar. So poet is telling that his roar must be heard. Where? In the land. Be known in the land. Not only there. But again when he is telling his roar should be heard at the forest pool. If you will see, there is a pool in the forest. We can find wherein the animals go and drink water. At the forest pool by moonlight, means in the night he wants to say. May he drink and raise his head. And then he is telling the tiger should be near the forest pool. Where? In the night when there is moonlight. And what he will do there? Yes, may he drink. He should drink water and raise his head. So all this poem, all the lines is about whom? Yes, tigers. Scenting the light wind. Scenting means, what do you mean by the word scenting? Scenting means smell. Scenting the light wind means whatever wind, breeze comes, okay, he should smell that breeze. May he crouch low in the grass. What do you mean by crouch, students? Yes, crouch means bend over there. He should bend low in the grass. And when the herdsman pass, herdsman means the person who take care of all the animals. So what the poet is telling, that when the herdsmen pass from there and slumber in dark caverns, slumber means sleep, and when the sun is high, may there always be tiger. So again what the poet is telling, when the herdman will pass and it will sleep in dark caverns, and when the sun is high means during the day also. Means the poet is telling that during the night also and during the day also there should be always be tigers. And then if you see in the last three sentences, what he is telling? Opposite is telling. What he is telling? That there should not be so many of them, that one of them will come at his room in search of a meal. If you will see about the tigers, if they are very hungry, what they do? They go in search of a meal, they eat anything whatever they will get. They hunt any of the animals which come in front of them. So in the last, the poet Ruskin Bond is telling that there should be tigers, no doubt, but it should not be so many, but not so many that in that one of them might be tempted. They might be tempted to come into my room. My room means who is telling? About poet only he is telling that there should not be many tigers, that they will come into my room. For what? In search of a meal. So in this way this poem is about whom, students? Yes, tigers. So what is the poet saying in this poem? That there should always be tigers. Where? In the jungles and tall grass, so that we can hear the tigers roar like a thundering noise. And he wants that he should be near the forest pool also during night. What he should do over there? Yes, he should drink and raise his head. Not only that, but he should also smell with the help of the breeze, whatever smell comes, he should smell that. And he should bend low in the grass, means he should just sit over there, bend over himself in the grass. And what given over here, that when the herdsman pass, herdsman means what? The person, here herdsman is there, when the person who controls, who take care of the animals, when the herdsmen pass from that place and slumber in dark caverns, and means sleep, when the sun is high, may there always be tiger. So again he is telling, at last concluding his poem, that there should always be tiger, but the tiger should not be so much that any one of them might be tempted, can come into the poet's room in search of a meal. And in this way we have finished with our poem, that is tiger. If I will tell you, give a suitable title for this poem, so what you will say? Yes, we will give a title, that is tigers. Now what we are going to do, students? We will see animation.
28. Comprehension. Comprehension 1. May there always be tigers in the jungles and tall grass. May the tigers roar be heard. May his thunder be known in the land. At the forest pool, by moonlight, may he drink and raise his head, scenting the light wind. May he crouch low in the grass when the herdsmen pass, and slumber in dark caverns when the sun is high. May there always be tigers, but not so many that one of them might be tempted to come into my room in search of a meal. Comprehend?
Understood, student, about this poem, tigers? Okay, you have seen the animated part also. Now what we are going to do? Yes, we will solve the exercise. Are you ready, students, with your pen, pencil? Okay. Take pencil, eraser in your hand. As there is no place over here, you can write in a very small handwriting. Here one exercise is there. Sorry, I have not seen. Okay. So page number 86. After the poem, you can see here exercise A. Match the following words and meaning. So what is given over here? Word is given and meaning is given. This meaning is related to this passage only. Means these words are from the passage, and whatever meaning is there, proper meaning, you have to match it. Ready, students? If you want, you can match it, else you can write over here numbers also. Ready? Yes. First one is thunder. So what do you mean by thunder? If you see in this poem, thunder has been compared to what? Yes, tiger's roar. So I will write over here one number. If you want, you can match it. Thunder roar. Come on, do it in your books. Done? Okay. Next is what? Crouch. C-R-O-U-C-H. Where it is? Yes. May he crouch low in the grass. Means what? May he bend low in the grass. If you see here, crouch is over here. So we'll write here 2 number. Done, students? Scenting. Third is what? Scenting. Scenting means what? So when I was explaining you, that time I have told you the meaning. So scenting is smelling. So it is third one. So I'll write over here third one. Slumber. If you see in the passage, it is there. Where it is slumber? When the herdsmen pass and slumber in dark caverns. Sleep. Fourth one. Now caverns, that is cave. It will be a fifth one. 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. If you want, you write down this. Afterwards, with the help of scale, you just match it. Use scale. Again, I will repeat. Use scale. Done, students? Okay. Now we will move on to the next. Come to page number 87. Now whatever question is given over here, that is related to the comprehension, related to the poem. So now you have understood what is there in the poem. So now I will ask you question. After a thorough reading of the poem, answer the questions given below. Okay, so we have read the poem. Okay, now we will answer the questions. Name the animal in the poem. Can you tell me which animal is described over here in this poem? Yes, here as we have told, name the animal, means singular. So we will write only tiger, not tigers. Only they have told us to name. Now, can you tell me where do we find tigers? Yes, if you will see, when we have read the poem, in the top second line, may there always be tigers in the jungles and tall grass. So we can find tiger. How you are going to write? We can find tigers in jungles and tall grass. So whatever it is mentioned in the poem, only that much only you have to write. So where do we find tigers? We find tigers, and whatever your answer is, in jungles and tall grass, and afterwards full stop. Come on, write down I know space is less, but still write it in small handwriting. The font size should be small. Else if you want, you can write here also. Done, students? Okay. Third. Now, what is the tiger's thunder? If you will see in this poem, what word or what tiger's thunder means, what it has been compared. What is the tiger's thunder? Yes, it is his roaring voice. So, what we are going to write? The tiger's roaring voice is tiger's thunder. The tiger's roaring voice is tiger's thunder. Come on, copy down. Copy down properly. Again I'll repeat. What is the tiger's thunder? So instead of what is our answer? The tiger's roaring voice is tiger's thunder. From here, same it is. Now, what does the tiger smell? Done with the third one, students? Okay, you have to be fast. What does the tiger smell? The tiger smells the light wind. So from where we have to search the answers? Yes, we have to search from the poem itself. Now here, if you will see, what is the trick to find the answer? Sometimes what happens that you will not understand the passage after reading twice or thrice. So what you are going to do, students? Now for example, what is the tiger's thunder? So what you have to do, this thunder word, what you have to do in the passage, you have to find out. So there itself you will find the answer. That is one way of finding the answer. Then next, what does the tiger smell? So where is the smell in the passage? Yes, wherever it is, you have to find out, and there itself you will get the answer. Sometimes when you will not understand the passage or poem. Okay, now here, see here, what does the tiger smell? But my answer is what? The tiger smells. The smell has been converted into smells. Why I have written here as student? Because in the question it will say it is a present tense. So the verb, in the verb we will add s. So my answer is the tiger smells the light wind. If it is past tense, if it would have been did. So what you have to do? You have to convert the verb into ed. Okay, so it depends upon your verb, whatever it is mentioned in the question. Done, students? Fifth, why does the tiger crouch low? Here they have given three answers. Okay, so in that, whichever you feel you have to take that. First one, to hide himself so that the herdsman don't see him. Yes or no? And second, to hide himself to leave and attack the herdsman. If you see, it is there in the poem, in the second paragraph. So both the answers are correct. So what I will take? Both 1 and 2. Done, students? Next, where does the tiger sleep? Where does the tiger sleep? Now just see in the poem, where is the word sleep? The tiger, what do you mean by word sleep? Slumber. Yes or no? So the tiger sleeps in the dark caves. full stop. Again, if you see in this verb, what I have done here, sleep is there, I have converted into sleeps. Why? Because here present tense is there. Now, who would be tempted to come in the poet's room and why? Who would be tempted? If you see in the last line, answer is given. Yes, the tiger should not be many, so that it might be tempted to come into the poet's room. For what? In search of a meal. So what is the answer? The tiger would be tempted. So I will write from here as there is no place over there. The tiger would be tempted. Full question you have to copy down. To come in the poet's room. For what? Yes. In search of meal. We'll stop. So, who would be tempted? Our answer is only the tiger. So, the tiger would be tempted to come in the poet's room in search. Why? What is the answer for why? Yes, in search of a meal. In search of his meal, you write. Done, students? Come on, write down first. C. Find the words in the poem which mean the opposite to these words. So here, what is the instruction given over here, students? You have to find the words in the poem. Whichever poem is given over here, the words you have to find from there, which mean the opposite to these words. To these words means whatever words have been given over here. So the words which we want, the opposite word, opposite for short, that word you have to find from the poem or the poem itself. So first one is what? Short. So what is the opposite of short, students? If you see, it is in the second line. Short, it is tall. Next is high. Yes, it is low. So these words from where I am writing? Yes, I am writing from the poem. What is third? Find, search. Search S should be small. And the fourth one, lit. What do you mean by lit? Yes, it is a past tense of light. So what is the opposite of light? It is dark. Understood, students, how we have to do it? We have, so for that you have to read whatever poem or passage given to you once or twice. It is very easy. You have to read the poem, you have to try to understand what is there in that poem, and then you have to solve whatever exercise it will be given to you. This will improve your reading skill. I hope that you have completed with that exercise. So students, what we have done today? Yes, we have done with the lesson number 27, comprehension, with the first comprehension. In that first comprehension, what was there, students? Yes, there was a small poem about tigers. What we did, first we have read the poem, we understood what is there in that poem, and then with the help of that poem itself we have solved all the given exercise. Now I tell you that what you have to do, the second comprehension, that is comprehension 2. We will see this in the next session. So what you have to do, you should just read that comprehension, just read it and keep it, and if you know, if you can search it, you search the answer. Thank you. Have a good day.